Hello everyone, welcome back to Mainframe Testing Tutorials. So far you have seen the complete basics of what is the requirement that we need to have if you want to be entering, if you want to enter into the mainframe testing types. Considering that you all have a basic idea about the mainframe basics, that is like understanding the TSO ISPF environment and logging into the main. First thing is logging into the mainframe system and understanding the TSO ISPF panels and the basic commands that is needed to work on the mainframe, and the basic concepts like what is JCL, what is proc, what is COBOL programming, and what is copybook, and what is DB2. So if you have just a basic knowledge, no need of gaining a knowledge of how to write the COBOL programming and everything, not required. Just if you understand the basic division sections, paragraph, what do we have in COBOL, so that should be fine enough. And in the same way JCL, in JCL, what all the things that you have, what are exit statements, what is DD statements, what are, and next thing is procs. And then if you can understand about what is a data set, what is a PS file, what is a data member, and what are GDGs, what are VSAM files. If you just have a simple idea about this, so that should be more than enough to get started in the mainframe testing. Okay, so if you are not, if you are not aware of these things, so you can visit my videos. You can just check onto the below links in the video that is uploaded, so you can see the different playlists that has been created. If you want to learn JCL, you have a separate playlist for JCL, for procs, for COBOL, for DB2, and for TSO ISPF and mainframe basic commands. You have the complete tutorials. You can just go through that tutorials and you can come back here so that you can understand more and more. Okay, so with that said, so I'm just considering that you have the complete basic knowledge about this mainframe, and now you are entering into the mainframe testing types. Okay, so now you started your career as a mainframe testing type and you got the training on the mainframe and you are started working on it. Okay, so now, so in the mainframe testing, so we have something called as a batch and we have something called as an online. So what is exactly the batch or online, right? So in batch, so when you are doing a mainframe testing, either you will be doing it as a batch environment or an online environment. And coming to this batch, so what is the skill set that is required? So what do you exactly need, right? So before you test anything, so first you have to understand, okay, I'm doing a batch, I'm doing a testing for an online, right? When you're doing a testing for the batch, so that means it's completely dependent on the JCL that you are going, okay, but that the developer has been coded. Okay, so you need to understand the JCL concepts and you need to understand the proc concepts. Especially here you need to understand how do you override it, right? So developer may be using some kind of standards, some kind of naming conventions when he has created the files. In the same way, you need to learn the overriding concept to override his, and I can tell you more details about this as well. And if not, you can also visit my previous videos. There it can give you the complete details on the proc and overrides and everything, and the conditions especially. Next is copybook. So copybook is a layout of the input file. So if you have received any PS file, it has an 80 bytes data, 80 bytes data information in it. So since it is an unformatted way, so you cannot understand what is the data about, right? So for that you need a structure of it, data structure of it, right? So that structure, that is not, I can say, like fields, right? Fields information need to be added. So if I simply give you the PS file which is having a 80 bytes, so with having all the information like 001 XYZ at the rate and all those symbols, so can you understand? No, right? So you need a data structure for it, right? So that data structure that we are not calling here nothing but it's a copybook. So here we define the complete data structure of the particular input file and we map it here to just check it. Okay, so that is needed. So in the COBOL program, obviously, so if the developer has coded any program, so let's take like the developer has coded a program to create some monthly summary report or a daily summary report about the daily account transactions that he is making. So for that obviously a COBOL program is needed, or sometimes a COBOL program can be using a DB2 as well. When I say DB2, it's a database, so where you hit that particular database and you get the data from the tables that has been created. Either a COBOL program can read the PS file or a GDG file or a VSAM file to get the data, and you can write another COBOL program. There will be certain another COBOL program which uses COBOL DB2 and also the PS or VSAM files as well to retrieve the information from the respective data sets or a table. So this will be the one kind of the COBOL programs you can see, and there is a simple DB2, so where you will be logging into the DB2 environment and you will be checking what kind of tables are there, how the table structure is and total number of records that are existing in this particular table, and so on. You need to validate it. Further, you need to know the DB2 as well. And I said DB2 environment, you just connect to that and you need to have just a basic knowledge on the SQL queries as well. Okay, and the next thing is GDG. You need to know what is GDG, what is PS file, and what is VSAM file. Considering the GDG, you need to understand like how many generations of files that are created, how do I access the present generation, previous generation, the next earlier generation, like 0, -1, -2. And the PS file, obviously it will be the completely fat file where the data is being stored and it is used for the temporary storages, or it can be transmitted from one file to another file. And VSAM files. VSAM file is a virtual storage access method. So this was the first file system, or I can say database system on the mainframe that is still existing. And even though we have the data DB2 databases, but we use a lot of VSAM files, so you also need to understand about this. And I also created a lot of videos on the VSAM files, like what are the different kinds of VSAM files we have, like KSDS, ESDS, RRDS, like this, LDS, and different VSAM files has been created. So you can just go through my earlier videos that have been created. So you get a lot of information. It's almost, I have uploaded like 200 plus videos where you can go and check all these details. So whatever the topics that I have mentioned here, right, where you should have a basic knowledge or idea about all these things, you can just refer and you can just get an idea if you are not aware of this. Okay, this is all about the batch. Yes, if you ask me what exactly I need to do. So okay, now you have done with, okay, I know JCL, I know proc, copybook, COBOL. Yes, I know the basic idea of this. So normally you will be getting a requirement to validate. As I said, like a programmer has developed a report program where you need to validate this. So there will be different environments like development environment, QA environment, model environment, and production environment, right? So once the developer is completed, so he will be moving to the QA environment. So where in the QA environment you connect to that environment and you can see this entire setup, and that's where you need to submit the JCL and you need to validate the results, what is the input file, what is the output file, and so on. So that we can talk more detail by taking some of the case studies, and I can explain you more detail about this. What are the different things? I'm going to explain you all different kinds of case studies that you will be coming across when you are working in especially the mainframe testing projects, right? So with that said, this will be the batch thing that you need to have an idea. And the next thing is online. So when I say online, it's called as gigs. Okay, so this is completely an online part where you will be logging into the online environment and you will be seeing completely the screens, and where you will be entering a data, you will be submitting it, and you will be using all the function keys like F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, anything between F1 to F12 function keys. Based on the using these function keys, you will be going from one screen to navigating from one screen to another screen, or coming back, F3, exit, all those function keys and the different options that will be there, and you have to validate that particular screens, how the if the navigation is working fine, or page up, page down, and all those logics you can see it in the online CICS. And what is the other things, how do these screens are developed? Using COBOL and CSCS, and using simple CSS there will be a macros that will be created. So with that help of this it will be created, and they can also use COBOL, CICS, DB2, and also the VSAM. So this can be any kind of combination. So this all will be the part of online and also VSAM, okay, and also DB2. And the next you should have a basic knowledge on the SQL, like a simple queries SQL. So there will be a COBOL program that is written, and normally as a testing team you will be not going into the COBOL program and look at how the code is and everything. The only thing that you will be doing is you will be understanding the flow. Okay, what is a business scenario, what is a business, what do I need to test it, you need to understand. Sometimes the requirement may not be clear, and if you want to see the details, and you can just go to the program and you can see the some description at the top that will be added in the program, and then you can understand, okay, so this program is related to this, and this is going to going to perform this, right? Basically you don't require that much details to go into the program and see it, but basically when you get a requirement you will get all the details and you can get started working on this. Okay, so these are the different things. Batch means JCLs, you need to understand. Online means the screens, so where you will be testing all the screens. Okay, for example, if I have to tell you, like in kicks, people call it as kicks or CICS, it both mean the same. Suppose the user has developed one screen with the different options. Okay, let's take in a banking application. In the banking application, so let's take like you have a different domains like retail banking, commercial banking, or wealth. Okay, so once you click on, there will be option 1 for retail banking, 2 for commercial banking. This will be the first screen. Once you click on 1, it will go to the retail banking option menu, and in that you will be seeing all the different details related to the retail banking. So that way the screens will be developed. Or the first screen can be a login screen, so where you need to enter your login user ID and the password, and then click on submit. I mean, you click the function key, what are the function key that has been coded. So you'll be navigating to the next screen, and from the next screen where you need to enter the details of customer details. Let's take like it's a customer registration, so you need to enter all the customer details and click on submit. So it will be going I mean, when you press the function key, it will go to the next screen. So where is this data is going? The data is either can go to the VSAM file, or it can go to the DB2 database tables. Okay, so this is a simple example, but going forward in the tutorials we'll see many videos on the same. Okay, with that said, thank you so much for watching this tutorials. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do subscribe for day-to-day updates that I'll be posting on it. Thank you so much, and have a great and pleasureful day.